Alright, what's up guys? Dunk's back again. Today I'm going to be doing a PTCGO video. This is something I haven't really done before, so I hope you guys enjoy and bear with me through my awkwardness on my first time recording myself playing. The deck I'm going to be using today is my Mega Mewtwo Garbodor deck. This is pretty much the deck I built in real life as well. However, because I don't have Shaman, like I bought it online, but I haven't received it yet. The deck I have in person is down here as well. So instead, I have 2 auxiliaries for 1 less Psychic Energy. Psychic's not too important in this deck, so it didn't hurt me too bad, I think. But I'm excited to go to League soon. I think I'm going tomorrow. It is expanded. I don't know how my standard. This deck is based on standard. I don't know how well my this deck will fare in standard. Or sorry, expanded, my mistake. So it'll be interesting to see. It's definitely some cool experience. Quickly run through what we have here on this deck as well. So of course we have a 2/2 lineup of Trubbish Garbodor. This card is super good because of its Garbotoxin. I get get rid of abilities, which is super critical so that I can have free reign with my Mega Mewtwo to just deal damage on and on. I also have 1 copy of my Evolutions Mewtwo EX. The reason I have this is because of the Cyber ability. Whenever, like, say, another Mega Mewtwo comes up, it's very difficult to deal with it with Mega Mewtwo and Psychic Infinity alone. However, if I got like Shrine of Memories, I can use Cyber for 220 damage, including weakness, which will instantly knock out that Mega Mewtwo, which is why I have this one. The other Mewtwo in Breakthrough also has Cyburn. However, I opted for this one instead because there's a little more HP. And Energy Absorption actually works to my favor very often because I could perhaps Ultra Ball and discard that double colorless energy and then just Energy Absorption to get it back right away to sort of get this really quick setup, get 3 energies on my first or second turn, which is actually quite insane. And from there I can work with it. Of course, I have 2 copies of Damage Change Mewtwo. Of course, this gives Mega Mewtwo a lot of tankiness with Shrine of Memories. 3 copies of Mega Mewtwo Y, Psychic Infinity, 1 copy of Shaman. This deck doesn't really revolve around Shaman too much, I think. Setup just really helps me sort of get going. Otherwise, I don't really require Shaman here and there, so 1 is more than enough for me. Scoundrel Ring for Hoopa, sort of put up with the bench, like, get all my Mewtwo's onto the bench as soon as I can. Pull out Shamans as well. We have 4 copies of Ultra Ball, of course, just for consistency. Mega Turbo, 3 copies of those just to help me get that extra buff if I need to. We have 4 Trainers Mail and 4 VS Seekers, again for consistency. Super Rod for whenever things don't turn out right in the beginning. I could pull back some Trubbish that I had to like sort of play as my starting lineup. 2 Last Sinus win condition. We have 3 copies of N, 2 Pokemon Ranger for those Regices and say Giratina, and then of course we have Garbodor for abilities, and then Sycamore Paralicity, very good for dealing with Rayquazas and Raichus, and Rainbow Force or Rainbow I think it's Rainbow Force Xerneas. Of course, Shrine of Memories. We have Mewtwo Spirit Links, Flowstones for Hoopas and Garbodors, and then my energy. But that's gonna be that. Speaking of Shaman, I actually bought mine online from a seller, and after I bought him, after I bought it, he's just sort of gone MIA. What happened to my mic? I went quiet. I hope nothing went wrong there. Anyways, so as I was saying, after I bought my my Shaman, the seller just sort of has gone MIA. He hasn't shipped it yet, and he hasn't responded to my email that I sent like almost like like over 13 hours ago or something like that. So definitely a little sketchy, but I'll keep my trust on him. Hopefully he'll pull through. But yeah, I'm gonna just do a versus match. I was actually originally thinking of doing a like an event, which I highly do recommend you do if you guys don't get enough codes from me or my Twitter account, which I'll have a link to in the description which I have a link to in the description box down below. Events is a very good way to get more tradable packs in PTCGO, assuming you win rounds. So if you guys have a deck you're comfortable with, go ahead, get into those events, and then build up those stockpile of tradable packs. But yeah, here we go. We're going to be playing against Hero Des. This is a pretty nice Pokemon corner. I actually love that. Unfortunately, going second, I think. I'll assume Hero Des is probably going to opt to go first, but we'll see. Okay, so we start with the Mewtwo, Energy Absorption Mewtwo I was talking about. So this is what I'm talking about. I'm going second. I could opt to discard this double colorless, attach a single colorless, and get that double colorless back because I can't Mega Evolve him anyway on my first turn. But I can, get a bunch of energies so that when I do Mega Evolve him, I'm just ready to go. Unfortunately, no huge draw support here. I might have to hoop up for Shaman here, which I'll likely do unless my Shaman is benched, which would be or prized, which would be unfortunate. Alright. But yeah, I'm planning to go to my first league event tomorrow. It is an expanded league, which is gonna be to my detriment because I didn't start collecting Pokemon into like I think I started collecting Pokemon when Breakpoint came out or Fates Collide, one of those two sets. So anything before that, I have no idea how what worked or not. I know Seismitoad was a threat. I know Trevenant was a threat, but that's about it. I don't know any of the supporters. I know Surosix was a threat. Muscle Band, those things I have to account for. But meh. I'm just gonna go ahead, play my standard deck in that expanded format, and see how I fare. I'm just excited to go and play, get some more experience here and there. So wish me luck, guys. But here we go. My first turn here. Looks like he's gonna be playing Ariados. Is that his name? I think that's Ariados. Ariados? Arachnid? Ariados? Yes, Ariados. Which is gonna be quite annoying. That poison's gonna be annoying. Guess this is Lysander, which means I might have to hold back on the Hoopa. Unless I draw full stone, of course, because he's just going to Lysander out to stall for time. Alright, so my first turn, nice. We're going to go ahead and just discard this. And I'll discard Lysander. I can always VS Seeker him back. Now we're going to go for Hoopa here. Man, yeah, we're going to go for Hoopa. The downside is I could play this Parallel City, but I wouldn't use it the way I want to use it. I'm not going to pull my Mega Mewtwo from my Hoopa here because I want to draw more from Shaman. So I'm going to go ahead. I think I have to do this just so I can draw more, so I get going. I'm just going to drop it down like this, and then draw 4 from Shaman. Perfect. We got the Flowstone we're looking for. We also have an Ultra Ball, which could be handy, but I don't have a Spirit Link anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead, use that Energy Absorption, and get that double colorless onto my Mewtwo right away. And this is why I opted to use this version of Mewtwo with Cyber, not the one from Breakthrough, because Energy Absorption just helps me speed up my setup that much quicker. Now Ariados is very annoying with his Poisonous Nest. What I'm going to have to do is try to get Trubbish out as soon as I can in order to sort of block this ability. Oh, Sceptile, nice, I see. Man, that's going to be annoying. It looks like he's going very heavy for those, special conditions. And it looks like he's going to rely very heavily on abilities, so I would prefer to get... I really got to set up real quick here. I need to get that Garbodor out. I need to get Mewtwo out so I can start knocking out things. Although I could just, attach any energy to my Mewtwo here and use Cyber in the meantime. VS Seeker. He did use his Professor's Birch already this turn, so it's not like he's going to be using it again this turn. That's a sign that tells me his hand is probably not that good if he had to sort of VS Seeker his Birch back. But we'll see. What he's going to pull out here. Does he have a Shaman? No, he's going to go for a nice Sceptile. Okay. Oh yes, Abyssal Hand. I almost forgot he was there. Because I don't have my Shaman in yet and the seller hasn't shipped it yet, I'm not going to be getting my Shaman in person for a while. So I'm going to be it's going to be interesting to see how Octillery works in the meantime. Whew, I see what he's getting at. Darn, that's a lot of damage. Oh man, that's not good. I really need to Mega Evolve him now. I draw the Trubbish I'm looking for. What I'm going to do is set up my next Mewtwo so that I'm good to go when I do draw, so I'm good to go if this Mewtwo does get knocked out. The question here is, should I Lysander for Ariados? And I'm going to opt not to. His Pokemon, I could pull Octillery, but he has a Float Stone, so I'm just going to end here. If I pulled out Ariados, he might just, put an energy on him and then, just call it like that. and just retreat. So I do have Mega Mewtwo. I could bring up Mega Mewtwo here. The question here is whether or not he'll be able to knock me out real quick. I'm gonna take the risk here. I'm gonna attach it to this Mewtwo, and then I'm going to go ahead and discard Parallel City because I can't play Parallel City again anyway. Bring out this Mewtwo, and then I'm gonna knock out for 2 prize cards just to start this off. Also gives me 70 more HP on this Mewtwo, so he won't be able to knock me out as easy. Oh man, I totally screwed that up, didn't I? I did. I thought I had knockout. This is why, kids, you gotta do your math before you make decisions here, because that would totally screw me up if I don't draw another Mega Mewtwo here. Oh man, what a horrible mistake. I totally missed the math. Yeah, that's only 160. Damn. Alright, that might cause me to lose this game. He's gonna have the 2 prize card advantage already. I would have used up a Spirit Link and a Mega Mewtwo. I'll have to stick him more next turn for sure. But here we go. If I manage to pull a Garbodor next turn or the turn after, I think I'll still be in pretty good position. He'll pretty much have a useless Ariados and a useless Octillery there on his bench. So it looks like he relies very heavily on this Ariados to use that Poisonous Nest and then deal significant damage with Unseen Claw. So I'm going to definitely try to limit that as much as I can this coming turn. Let's just find out what he does here first. Weakness policy. Alright, it's okay. I don't have fire in my deck anyway, so this weakness policy doesn't help him much. Whoa, Mega Sceptile, huh? Nice, very nice looking card. Quite heavy damage as well. Okay, so it looks like he's going to be knocked out this turn. How much HP does Sceptile have? 220. Woohoo. Gonna be tough. Oh boy, there it is. He gets his Royalizer. He's going to set up his Mega Sceptile. Alright, so he has me in quite a bad position. But this match is far from over. I still have quite some time to set up. And this will be a knockout here. He might not. I guess he's not going to Mega Evolve this turn. You may attach up to 2 leaf energy, grass energy to your hand from your bench any way you like. Alright. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just drop down Hoopa in case I don't, manage to evolve my Mewtwo here. I don't want Mewtwo getting knocked out at this point of the match. Go ahead, drop another Trubbish just to... Oh my god, look at that hand. That is absolutely horrible. It's over. At least I will be able to end and limit his hand for next turn. But that was some very bad draws. Very unfortunate. I would be very upset if everything I have is prized up here. Does he revitalize here though? He might be waiting for me to knock out a Sceptile before he revitalizes. Man. Oh. Okay, he's going for a knockout. Alright. This is actually quite bad for me. I'm going to be at pretty much 1 knockout from losing the game. So I got to play this very carefully now. I'm definitely pulling a Hoopa so I can retreat him quickly. However, on the bright side, my N is going to be a lot stronger. And I also get a Garbodor here, which is actually very nice. I have no real choice other than to end. I'm going to draw 6, I'm going to limit it to 2. And I don't get that Floatstone. That's absolutely... I mean, I don't get the Spirit Link, but if we try again, no Spirit Link. I'm not going to... Man. I'm not going to draw that. I can always VSC one back. I'll go ahead and remove his Stadium there. And just go ahead and do this. It's unfortunate that I have to evolve without a Spirit Link, but I have to set up in order to come back on this match here. Oh man, it's very unfortunate. Didn't even get a float stone there to limit his abilities. Oh, excuse me. Alright. On the bright side, if he does Mega Evolve here, which he probably would once I block abilities, he'll only be doing 100 damage rather than 130. Ooh, that's not good. Oh boy, this is gonna hurt. Very unfortunate they had Lysander. This is gonna change up the entire match. Ah, man. I think my only chances of winning now is if I manage to... If I manage to draw, say, a Psychic Energy, and I'll be able to Lysander, Ariados, and knock him out with damage change. Because he's going to be doing 130 damage to me for sure. Oh boy. There's Poisonous Nest. There you go. Very significant damage, and I really got to manage to deal with it. I draw nothing, which is super unfortunate. Go ahead, and N is not going to change anything at this point. I do get this damage change, which is much too late. It looks like it's going to be game, boys. It looks like it's going to be game. What I could do here instead... I should have played... Yeah, I should have played the Trainer's Mail first. I would have gotten a Float Stone instead. Here's what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to go ahead, Float Stone my Mewtwo. I'm just going to retreat him right now into, say, Hoopa. Get rid of that. There's not much I can do. The only thing I can hope for right now is just stall as much as I can so that I can draw that Ariados out and then damage change here. That's the only way I can come back from this match, I think. Because Garbodor here has a Mewtwo Spirit Link, this might actually work to my benefit if things actually work out and I manage to pull a VS Seeker here. That's what I really need. Do I even have any more? Yeah, I do have one more VS Seeker, 2 more VS Seekers, and I also have 1 more Lysander. So that's out of 17 cards. If I can manage to pull one of those 2, I think I'm set. Shaman has been knocked out, so I don't have Shaman anymore. Okay. Ooh, actually this might help me. Because he did that, I'll be able to damage change here. The reason why I didn't want to damage change earlier is because if I damage change, I actually give myself 20 more damage. So I had to pull like a Lysander or something like that. But since he did that for me, I don't have to do that anymore. The only downside is if he has a Lysander anywhere here, he would easily knock me out. Although he has already played 2. He only has 9 cards left in his deck. How many VS Seekers has he used? He has used 3 VS Seekers. So this game is going to be cutting it very, very close here. I'll go ahead and retreat. I will opt to Lysander here. Oh, should I though? He's going to do 100 damage to me regardless. Yeah, I'm going to opt to get a completely fresh slate. So I draw that. Get rid of his Ariados, because that's what his deck is pretty much built around. Go ahead and damage change here, and then I'll start fresh here. Okay, got Pokemon Ranger. I could have done that with... How did he heal up? Oh, he probably had a max potion, didn't he? How did he heal everything? Interesting. I was totally not paying attention. How did he do that? Interesting. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to be able to knock him out one hit, and then damage change next turn to refresh my slate again. So it looks like because of that, it turns out I'm going to be maybe, hopefully, at a good position. Of course, Hooper right now is still a huge liability. Ooh, very nice. He gets to sleep on me and the poison. But I do wake up. Oh man, he's going to be able to do 130 to me next turn. I'll still be alive, so I'm going to go ahead. Okay. Alright, let's just Mega Turbo so I can be able to knock out Mega Sceptile quicker. Go ahead here, attach it to the Mewtwo. Now my largest concern is him Lysandering me. Although there's not much else I can do other than hit him anyway. So I'm going to go ahead, knock out this Sceptile. I don't see any way he can do 190 damage to me next turn. So I should be in a good position. The poison might hurt me a little bit. But as long as I could knock everything out next turn, I should be okay. I'm still in a very bad position because he can do 130 damage to me. And all I can do is damage change it back. But he does offer this one instead. Ooh, I see what he's going for. It's tough. Alright, we'll just see how... I honestly, there's not much else I can do here. It's going to end up being... This match will be decided based on what he does this next couple turns. I'm still in a position to lose right now, so it's going to be a crazy comeback, hopefully. Boy. As you guys noticed, Garbodor is a huge game changer. If it went for me sort of just, you know, like getting Garbodor's Garbotoxin into play, I think this game would have been long over. For sure. Oh yeah, Shrine of Memories. He was able to do that too, right? Yeah, I totally forgot. Shoot, that is not good. Not good. Next turn he'll be able to do 150. Plus 10, 160. Oh, it's over. I couldn't wake up. Alright, well. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and attach it. There's nothing else I can do. Get rid of some of these cards here. Pray for a miracle. Let's go. It's pretty much going to be a miracle if I win here at this point. And I don't wake up, which is critical. Let's see what he does here though. I really need to wake up this turn to win this game. Because he does 130, yeah? 130, yeah. So if I wake up this turn, I'll be able to damage change, and then I'll be okay. But if I don't, I'm going to be the huge... I'm pretty much going to lose. I have to wake up. See, 190, yeah, I have to wake up. Alright, that's just so he doesn't deck out, I suppose. I don't think there's anything I can draw to help me in this position. I don't have a Pokemon Center Lady in this deck. Game is very close for sure. I think Hero Death knows this game is close. He's taking his time to carefully deliberate on what the best move here is to do. And he's just going to hit me for 130. Very good. I wake up. Perfect. I did wake up there. Frankly, regardless of how many energy I attached onto Mewtwo now, it's not going to change a thing. I'm just going to start attaching. I'm just going to I'm just gonna damage change. That's all I can do. Or let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna damage change. I don't think he has another Lysander because I feel like he would have searched that out at this point. But there you go. This damage change changed up the circumstances here, and he's probably gonna go for the sleep again. That's what I would have done. I would probably go for sleep right now because otherwise this is gonna get knocked out. He doesn't have enough damage to knock me out in one turn with Sceptile there. It looks like he's taking advantage of Shrine of Memories as well, but this is pretty much the only thing keeping me alive right now, so I have to keep that on the board. It's interesting to see what he decides to do here. Do I have any more ends in this deck? 1, 2. I have no more ends. I do have VS Seekers left, right? One more VS Seeker, though it might be prized, which is going to be unfortunate. So I'm probably going to fall asleep this turn. If I don't wake up, I'll be in a very bad position. He's going to deal significant damage to me, and I essentially won't be able to damage change here either. There we go, there's a sleep. Do I wake up? Yes, I do. Very nice. So that'll keep me alive. I'm just gonna go ahead and attach a double colors to Garbodor. He could knock me on one turn anyway, probably. But in case he somehow doesn't have the ability to knock him out, I don't want him to be a liability. 340 damage, guys. Alright, so this is the last couple turns here. Does he have what it takes to beat me? If not, this duel is over right here. There's no way he can knock me out in one hit. The only option he has to win right now is probably to Lysander out my Hoopa. I have the energy to retreat my Garbodor next turn also, so if he can't knock out Hoopa, then, well, you know, I don't see why he would Lysander Hoopa though. So no supporter, he uses Brock's Grit instead. It looks like that's going to be the end of the duel, guys. Of course, he does have Sleep Poison again. Ooh, that's some... Alright, here we go. He's going to sleep one more time. If he hits it, he'll be doing 10 damage plus 130. So 140, 150 damage. Just short of knockout. That includes poison and everything like that. And I wake up. Oh, there it is, guys. That's going to be the end of this duel. That was definitely a nail clincher. Or a nail biter, my mistake. But Mega Mewtwo pulls through, all thanks to Garbodor's amazing Garbotoxin ability. Absolutely stunning, guys. That's gonna be it for today. I think that's more than enough for me to stop for the night. My heart is just pounding because that game was stupid close. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think about these PTCGO videos. If you liked it, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. If you disliked it, feel free to hit that dislike button. Be awesome though. Subscribe for more. I will have more codes coming out in my future videos. Of course, follow me on Twitter for more codes there as well. And then again, let me know in the comment section down below what you think about these videos. Thanks for tuning in. Dunks out.